Isn't that lovely, guys? Isn't that lovely? I mean, didn't it place a grin on your face? I spend so much time on every other video complaining. I know I'm the chief complainer in chief. That's me, but I'm not going to do so in this video. This is not one of those videos. I just want to talk about the beauty that we can achieve when we just set aside our differences. My philosophy in life is that everyone can do evil stuff, like really evil. We are all capable of doing evil. Anyone can be a demon if you push them to the limit or if you give them a tempting opportunity. And I guess that's why I don't see white people as inherently evil for all the atrocities they've committed throughout history or the ones they are committing now. Believe me, I know that there are so many things that people do against other people that are just terrible, irrespective of whether they are white or whether they are black. If people have the opportunity, they will do very wicked things to each other. Mothers will kill their babies, people will enslave each other, and soldiers will keep fighting needless and endless wars. I mean, look at Ukraine and Russia. And this is how I see it. If you are as advanced in technology as the West was in the 17th and 18th century, if you had ships that can travel all over the world, I bet you would do the same thing that they did. I mean, in Lagos, Lagosians will take advantage of people who they notice are new to the city. Scammers will take advantage of novices who don't know that they shouldn't send the digit of their ATM to a random caller who claims to be calling on behalf of the bank. I mean, the United States COVID Relief Fund payment system was so porous that an internet fraudster named Hush Puppy, in Nigeria, by the way, ripped the country of millions of dollars. Think about it. Imagine that my own people, for instance, I'm an Ungwa person, right, from the eastern part of Nigeria, and my people are known for being cannibals. Yes, my ancestors had human flesh for dinner, and rumor has it that we still do. If that practice is still going on or if it is not going on, it's something I can neither affirm nor deny. But just imagine that my people, we are sophisticated in the 18th century and we had built like ships and we had guns and we had winter garments. We had fabrics and machinery that could take us to various parts of the world, to do whatever we want. We had the military capability. Imagine us in the 18th, 17th century, and imagine that Europe in that period was underdeveloped, still living like cavemen. Imagine that scenario, and what do you think my people would have done to the Europeans? Well, if they had landed on the shores of Europe, what do you think they would have done? I bet you they would have eaten till they are filled, as in they will eat so much that it will be coming out of their nose. See, given the opportunity of having the upper hand, you are most likely to do really evil and terrible things on a grand scale. It's bad, it's despicable, and human beings shouldn't do such inhumane things to one another. But guess what? Arochukwu from eastern Nigeria was famous for his ruthless practice of capturing innocent children while they were alone and selling them as slaves during slavery. So despicable, but that was an African and he was doing it to other Africans. I mean, Africans, we are really ruthless. In Calabar, they were killing twins. Before missionaries came and stopped the practice, they thought twins were evil that should be killed and eradicated from the community. So if we can forgive ourselves for the evil we've committed and still commit against each other, because we still do to this day commit evil against each other, black on black, African on African. If we can look beyond that, then why hold grudges against white people? Why? Not all of them were evil. Not all of them supported imperialism. Not all of them came here intending to subjugate an entire continent. Many of them came here as missionaries. Many of them didn't support what the colonial masters were doing. And I feel the more we hold on to these grudges, the more we set ourselves back. Because you cannot move forward while you are still holding on to grudges. And there are so many things we can learn from Western civilization that we will not be able to see, recognize, appreciate, and inculcate if we keep seeing these people as enemies. If we remain blinded by our hatred, if we continue to hold on to this hatred we have built and nurtured so much, if we continue like this, we will remain lost and backwards while our own politicians will be ripping us to shreds. I mean, in my opinion, those bastards that call themselves African leaders, not just Nigerian leaders, now African leaders, because it's not just available in Nigeria, in various parts of Africa, those bastards are more terrible than colonial masters this continent had ever seen. The worst colonial master, the worst colonial head of state or whatever it is they call themselves then, the worst of them is nothing compared to most of the leaders we have in this continent right now. And that's facts. I mean, just Google Lekki Tollgate massacre and see for yourself. Just see for yourself the brutality. I should warn you though, the visuals are very graphic and disturbing. But I don't want to focus on African politicians. That's a video for another day. Right? I just want to focus on these problematic race relations that we have currently between African and European continent, between black Americans and white Americans. I just feel it is disturbing. And I want us in Africa to be able to level up to the status of our European counterparts. But we constantly put ourselves in the receiving position. We receive aid upon aid. Now we want to receive an acknowledgement of the wrong that has been done to us. We want to receive reparations. We want to receive apologies upon apologies. But you see, my people will say the hand that gives is on top. The hand that receives is below. And the Bible confirms this by saying it is more blessed to give than to receive. Africans, even the one holding this title in America, it is about time you gave something willingly. How about giving up your hatred and resentment towards white people? Letting go of grudges, letting go of the past, trying to level up to these Europeans instead of asking white people to debase themselves for your viewing pleasure or constantly apologize for things they didn't do or give you aids and reparation. Ask them to show you how they built their economy. Learn how they progress. Let's learn from them. We can grow together and exchange ideas. That's why I'm offering my Nigerian perspective on issues happening in the West. I want to offer my cultural perspective, and hopefully it helps these white people find their way back to the things that made them great in the first place, because I feel strongly that they are losing it. I'm tired of being on the receiving end. I want to be able to offer something, and I believe I have something to offer. That is why I'm happy to see Nigerian music playing across the world. See, the world is facing various crises at the moment. There's an attack on individual freedom and liberty, freedom of expression, freedom of thought. There's an attack on the truth, on objective reality, on religion, and on common sense. Everything is under attack. Every institution is under attack. Even family structure, a nation, what it means to have a nation, to have a border, all of these are currently under serious attack. And maybe a great force in this fight can come from the very bedrock of Western civilization. It's time for us to love our so-called enemies, to bless those who once cursed us, to pray for those who mercilessly used us. Africans, it's time to give. I mean, these people taught us how to knot a tie and treat malaria. They provided us with polio vaccines and many other vaccines. They gave us modern medicine. They are not demons. They are not oppressors. They are not white supremacists. They are not racist. They are human beings just like us. They do wicked things just like us. They hold biases just like us. They exploit others just like us. And sometimes they can be kind and caring and interesting just like us. And no, they don't know how to dance. Yeah, they don't. And yes, they are more advanced in science and technology, but I believe we can progress together. The only way for us to progress is by helping each other and exchanging ideas. Maybe while we are doing that, we can be dancing to Cough by Kizz Daniel.